Hear that? I'm waiting for his air compressor to refill. It's right here! Oh, it's done. Let's turn it on and... Ah! So this is my son just shut up! Waiting for the air compressor again. Okay, so I took off all of its clothes so that you can see what's going on the inside, because this is a very unique animatronic. It's one of the first 3 pneumatics to come out in retail. What's a pneumatic, you might ask? That is when it's got an air cylinder and it's powered by air, with an air compressor connected to these. That means it's much more powerful and can move much faster and much more violently. Now this is awesome. I'm super excited for retail to have more things like this, and having maybe 3 cylinders or 4 even. But honestly, you don't need many to have something that's really scary. Even with this one that just has 1, and it's still effective. Now with something that moves this fast, you're gonna want really good welds and just to be generally built really well. And this definitely fits the bill. It's insane. Here, let me show you the freaking elbow. Look at this. What the heck? On top of that, its hands and head are made of foam-filled latex, which is really good for pneumatic things because they're less breakable, like if it were plastic. On top of these snap lock poles, you also have all these bolts to attach at each connection. It's very tedious, but it's very worth it if you want this guy to last a long time. As you can see, its base is kind of insane. It's also very heavy. The metal is much thicker than any other animatronic that I'm familiar with. And although he's probably my smallest clown now, he is one of my favorites. And that's a big thing for me because I love bigger things. Like when it gets bigger, it's automatically better, honestly. But this is just insane. Its movement and is crazy. Now, naturally, these are a little bit more expensive, and I think that's fine. As long as it's not thousands of dollars like the professional animatronics. This guy is normally somewhere between $300 and $400. I got him for $223 because he was on clearance, and that's a steal, dude. I'm so glad that I got it. You might notice that there's no control box attached to him because the control box is actually separated via this cord here, and on it you could see the air pressure that it's set at. It has its own restrictions so that it won't like destroy itself. Here, when I bring up the PSI, it will stop at around right here, and as you could see, it's gotten all tight on the cord here. You can no longer bring it up without it just staying in place because now it's pressurized. There's air in that. One thing that's unfortunate about the separated control box is that the sound comes from this, and that's not where he is. So I would recommend putting this right behind him and putting the air compressor as far away as you can because it is loud usually. But it does have a warning on it to make sure that this isn't super close to the mechanism because it's dangerous. It's just a dangerous thing, the pneumatics. Now I'm gonna let this guy go off so that you could see it without the clothes. As you can see, without weight on the base, it kind of dampens the movement because it flips the base up instead of the body of the clown, which is kind of funny to watch. But all in all, this guy is pretty awesome. I would recommend getting an air compressor so that you could get some of these new pneumatic animatronics. I love them, actually. And if you want something whose movement will last you a very long time, then this is what you would want to go for. But it is very expensive, so I would wait for a discount. I still stand by that I wouldn't have gotten him at full price because I don't think that's worth it personally, but it's up to you. These guys are pretty awesome anyways.